So I just want to show you how to make a coffee cup or a teacup for your isometric room, some props you might need. So this is your basic Blender scene. I'm just going to delete this cube. And we're going to add a cylinder. I'll just zoom in on this, control, scroll wheel. And I'm going to make the teacup. And a teacup has kind of a tapered shape to the bottom. So I'm going to tab into edit mode, into faces, and actually the first thing I do actually is make the inside of the cup. So I'm on the top face. I'm going to do a inset to create the lip of the cup. So something like that. Something like that. And then I'm going to extrude down. So E, and then on the Z axis, I'm going to extrude down. And I'm just going to go at the bottom just to see how far. Okay, so that should be good. So the next thing I need to do is taper the bottom. And I'll just, it gets a little tricky. I'll just show you here. So if I just hit S to scale and I scale this in, you can see the inside of the cup is creating a problem. So I'm going to go into X-ray mode up here, and I am going to go to edges. So I'm still in edit mode. So I'm going to select this edge, hold down the option key, it'll select all of them. And then I want to select the inner bottom of the cup. So this is this edge right here. So I'm going to hold down shift and option. So now I got both of those selected. So the inside of the bottom and the outside of the bottom of the cup. So I'm going to do S to scale, and I'm going to just scale these down to like that. So not looking like a teacup yet, but it will. So we're going to tab back into object mode, and then we're going to scale this down on the Z axis. So S and Z, and then we're just going to bring it down. That's a little bit much. Maybe right there. I like that. So we're going to do a Control A and apply the scale. Now, every teacup has a saucer, so we're going to create that. So we're going to Shift D to duplicate this, and then we're going to S to scale. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go into edit mode, and I am going to go to edges, and I'm going to select this, hold down option, so it selects all the adjoining edges, shift and option, all the inside edges. And then I am going to scale this out like this. Actually, I like this approach better. Still not looking like a saucer on a teacup, but it will. So we're going to go out like, maybe something like that. So now we're going to tab back into object mode. And then we're going to scale this down on the Z axis. Maybe a bit much. Something like that. And then we're going to G and grab Z to bring it down. And it's a little big, so I'm just going to scale, S to scale, and bring that in. I'll go to 7 to the top view. I like that. It definitely looks like a saucer on a teacup. I'm going to actually scale this up on the Z axis to give it a little more thickness. No, I'm not going to do that. So that looks pretty good. I quite like that. So the next thing a teacup needs is a handle. So we're going to go to 1 to that view. Scroll out here. And we're going to add another mesh. We're going to add a circle. And then we're going to rotate this on the Y axis. So R, Y, and then 90. And then we're going to grab this, move it along the X axis. So I actually rotate on the wrong axis, but we can rotate it again. So I actually want to rotate it on the Z axis. So rotate Z 90. Okay. So we're going to scale this down to, this is going to be our handle. I'm just going to grab this and move it away from the cup. So GX. And we're going to just scale this down a bit more, something like that. Now we're going to scale it on the x-axis because its handles on teacups aren't round. So SX, give it that oval shape. And we're going to scale it down on the z-axis a bit. You're just kind of just going for what looks good. Scale on the x-axis again. Okay, I'm liking that. So G to grab x-axis, and then G to grab z-axis, move it up. Now we're going to rotate it on the y-axis. So R, Y, and then we're just going to turn it like that. Just so it follows the angle of the cup. So we're going to go G to grab x-axis. So I'm liking that. I might rotate it just a little bit more. So R to rotate on the y-axis, so Y, and then we're just going to right like that. Oh, that looks good. So now we're going back to the top view, 7, and I just show you this. So this handle has no beef to it. So we're going to tab into edit mode on edges, and we're going to extrude this on the y-axis. So E, Y, and we're going to give some thickness this way. I like that. So 7 to get rid a complete top view. We're going to tab back into object mode, and we're going to G to grab. We're going to move it along the y-axis till it's centered on this red line right here. I like that. So that's good. Now we got some thickness this way, but we need thickness this way. So the way we're going to do that is first we're going to apply the scale, and we're going to go into modifiers. We're going to add a modifier, a solidifier. So generate solidify, and we are going to add maybe 0.75. See what that looks like. I like that. That looks good. So I like that for the thickness. And we're going to also add another modifier, generate and bevel. And we're going to add maybe 4 segments to that. But now the handle looks a little thin. I'm going to go back into the solidifier. I'm going to add a bit more to this one, maybe a 0.8. 0.8. Maybe I'll go right up to 1. Nope. 0.9. 0.9. I like that, but the handles now, it's kind of in the wrong spot. So I'm going to grab this handle and I'm going to move it down. So G, Z, down like that. And then G and X to move it more into the cup. That's looking good. I do like that. That handle looks good. So actually, you know what? I think it needs to be rotated just a bit more. So select it in object mode, R to rotate on the Y-axis, and maybe something like that. That looks good. I like that. We still got this problem with the handle on the inside. We're going to fix that. So I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply these modifiers. And then we're going to go back to 1, and we are going to hide this. And we are going to select the handle. We're going to go into edit mode. And we are going to go into X-ray mode up here. So we can see this handle, the part that's on the inside of the cup, I want to get rid of. So I got edges selected up here. So I'm going to just, I'm going to go to faces. And I'm just going to select all of that. And then I'm going to do X to delete the vertices. And then I'm going to go back, take X-ray mode off, bring our saucer back and see what we got. So we'll tab back into object mode. And that looks good. I like it. So we'll click on the cup, right click, and shade smooth. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go back to shade flat. You know what? I'm going to go in this cup here. I am going to tab into edit mode and edges. And I am going to do a Command R. I want to add an edge here. And then I want to select, so hold down, so we're up here in edges. So click on this inside edge and hold down the Option key. And then hold down the Shift key while the Option key is still down and click on the outside edge. And we're going to do a Command B to bevel this. And right now it's 1/7. So if you roll your mouse wheel forward 1, it'll add another edge. Maybe one more. And then I like that. That looks good. So we'll tab back into object mode. So we'll click on it. We'll shade smooth here to see what it looks like. Click on the saucer, shade smooth, and click on the handle and shade smooth. That is looking really good. I love that. So that is the teacup. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on all of these up here. I'm going to go to object, and I'm going to join these right here. And now it is one object. And that is a teacup. Thanks for watching.